So I got to see Avery Godlogic debate this weekend, and while I think he did a phenomenal job, absolutely dominated the debates, and he was in, the Muslim guy, Waleed, that he debated twice, made an amazing point that I honestly agreed with. Now, he basically argued that the idea of saved by grace through faith alone is one of the worst ideas to ever hit the West, to ever hit culture, and it is a major problem. Now, he used his own anecdotal evidence to back this up. He said that he is a street preacher and he goes out all the time to the clubs, to the bars, and sees girls dressed heinously, people getting sloppy drunk, doing horrible things, living a life of hookup culture, and then they will just say, "Oh, well, Jesus died for my sins. It's okay because I can repent and he died for my sins. It's okay." Now, when he argued that idea of saved by grace through faith alone, in that sense, I agreed with him. That is satanic. Now, Avery did an amazing job, brought up a clear-cut verse that shows that is not what faith in Jesus Christ is, and that's falsehood. He used Romans 6, 1 through 2. What shall we say then? Are we to continue in sin that grace may abound? By no means. How can we who died to sin still live in it? But his point still stands. That exists, and people do truly believe that they can live however they want and just say Jesus saved them and repent with their tongue and be saved. And unfortunately, if that is you or you know someone like that, that is incorrect. It is biblically false. You maybe heard this analogy before, but I think it paints it very clearly. You have a fence, and on one side, you have God. The other side, you have the devil. Now, you can choose either side, but there's also this fence, right? And you have someone who wants to live for the world, but they also want to proclaim with their tongue, and they want the benefits of following Jesus. They hope that when they die 20, 40, 60 years later, whenever it is, that they can be with God, but they will not pick up their cross currently and live the life that he calls us to live. That is the person on the fence. And unfortunately for them, they are going to realize that the devil owns that fence. If you are not hot or cold, you are lukewarm, and therefore I will spit you out. That's what it says in the Gospels. And I think it's very important if in your life right now, you are under the impression that you can live a life of continuous unrepentant, not just saying you repent with your tongue, but sin that you don't actually have a desire to change. If you love your sin more than you love God, you are not truly following his commands, and that is a dangerous, dangerous place to be. Now, this doesn't mean that we are never going to sin, right? That is not what I'm saying. In 1 John, it says, is if we say we have no sin, we deceive ourselves. That is very true. You are still sinful after you come to Christ, but the difference is you have a desire to be right with God, not a desire to deceive God and yourself, like this verse says.